Have you ever wondered why some people seem to attract opportunities effortlessly, while others struggle for years just to make progress? At first glance, it may look like luck. Maybe they know the right people. Maybe they were simply born with advantages that others don't have. But what if there's something deeper at work? Something most of us rarely stop to think about. Today, I want to share a simple idea that has helped many people change the way they see their lives. And surprisingly, it all begins with a single sentence. Everything comes to me with ease. Simple, isn't it? In fact, it's so simple that many people dismiss it immediately. But sometimes the simplest ideas carry the greatest power, not because of the words themselves, but because of what those words encourage us to believe. Think about it for a moment. Most of us grew up hearing the same messages. Life is hard. Success requires struggle. Nothing worthwhile comes easy. You have to fight for everything. Over time, these ideas become part of our identity. We stop questioning them. We simply accept them as facts. And without realizing it, we begin to expect difficulty everywhere we go. But what if we've been asking ourselves the wrong question? Instead of asking, why is everything so difficult? What if we asked, what if things could be easier than I think? That small shift can change more than you might imagine. Because the human mind is constantly searching for evidence to support what it already believes. If you expect obstacles, you'll notice obstacles. If you expect rejection, you'll notice rejection. If you expect life to be difficult, your attention naturally focuses on everything that's going wrong. And before long, your beliefs start to feel like reality. But here's something interesting. Have you ever spent hours trying to solve a problem, only to find the answer when you finally stopped thinking about it? Maybe it happened during a walk, maybe while driving, maybe in the shower. The solution suddenly appeared out of nowhere. At least that's how it felt. But the truth is, the answer was often there all along. The difference was your state of mind. The moment you released the pressure, your mind became more open. You stopped forcing. You started seeing. And that's exactly why the phrase, "everything comes to me with ease," can be so powerful. Not because it's magical, not because it changes the world overnight, but because it changes the way you approach the world. Let's take nature as an example. A river doesn't fight every rock in its path. It flows around them. Trees don't struggle to grow. They naturally reach toward the light. Nature follows the path of least resistance. And perhaps we were never meant to live in constant resistance either. Yet many of us have been conditioned to believe that struggle is proof of value, that if something comes easily, it somehow matters less. And because of that belief, we often create unnecessary stress for ourselves. We prepare for battles that haven't happened. We worry about problems that may never arrive. We spend so much energy expecting difficulties that we miss opportunities standing right in front of us. Now, let's be clear. This isn't about pretending that challenges don't exist. Life will always have its difficult moments. Every person faces setbacks. Every person encounters uncertainty. The goal isn't to deny reality. The goal is to stop making reality harder than it needs to be. There's a big difference between facing a challenge and expecting your entire life to be a struggle. One approach drains your energy. The other leaves room for possibilities. Imagine waking up tomorrow and approaching your day with a different mindset. Instead of expecting delays, You expect solutions. Instead of looking for problems, you look for opportunities. Instead of assuming the worst, you remain open to positive outcomes. Would your circumstances change immediately? Probably not, but your experience of those circumstances would. And often, that's where real change begins. Because when your perception changes, your decisions begin to change, your actions begin to change, and eventually your results begin to change as well. Many people repeat affirmations mechanically, 10 times, 50 times, 100 times a day. But repetition alone isn't the secret. Awareness is. One meaningful moment of reflection can be more powerful than hundreds of empty repetitions. So if you'd like to try this for yourself, keep it simple. Find a quiet moment. Take a slow breath. Let your shoulders relax. And say to yourself, everything comes to me with ease, not as a demand, not as a wish, not as an attempt to convince the universe of anything, simply as a reminder that life doesn't always have to be a battle, a reminder that solutions can appear when you stop forcing them, a reminder that opportunities may already be closer than you think. Then pay attention. Notice your thoughts. Notice your reactions. Notice how often your mind automatically expects difficulty, and gently challenge those expectations. Because sometimes the greatest transformation isn't changing the world around you. Sometimes it's changing the lens through which you see it. And when that happens, something remarkable often follows. You begin to notice possibilities that were always there. You become more open to new ideas, new connections, new opportunities. Not because the world suddenly changed, but because you did. So here's a simple experiment. For the next few days, take 1 minute each morning. Pause. Take a deep breath. And repeat this sentence with intention. Everything comes to me with ease. Then go about your day. No expectations, no pressure, just curiosity, and see what begins to shift. You might be surprised by what you discover. And perhaps the most important thing you'll realize is this. The easier path may have been there all along. You just hadn't given yourself permission to see it. If this message resonated with you, leave a comment below and write, I am open to new possibilities. And if you'd like more content like this, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for spending these few minutes with me. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.